All right, what's good, man? Y'all already know what it is, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. And this time, we reacting to something that was said on the Adam and Wack show. Now, the entire title of this video was 4 Extras versus Blueface, Munchie violates Wack, and 47 bans Brown, and more. All right, so I had to go to it and check it out. But now, what it looks like is Adam is up to his old tricks, stirring the pot, creating drama, and gonna act like he didn't do it. But let's get into what they talking about.
You were not happy with some of the things that Munchie B had to say about you on this podcast the other day.
I don't trip on what he got to say about me, right? I don't trip that.
Did you get beat up the same night that Draco died at that concert? He felt very strongly about this. I had never heard that.
He didn't put that on his neighborhood, I know.
I don't know.
I know he didn't put that on his neighborhood.
I don't know. But he seemed to feel very strongly about that. I had never heard that before.
That I got beat up.
Yeah, and that it didn't really make the news because the Draco situation happened the same night.
Have you ever noticed that every time they say I got beat up in a place where it's 10,000 people? Now, did I take off on somebody? I definitely took off on somebody. Right? You want Cuban Rob to come in? I could leave so you can't. They won't say I made up a story.
As usual, there was an altercation. Wack is saying there was no video, but something happened. And to his talking point, every time we done heard about J-Rock supposedly swung on him, other people supposed to got down on Wack or whatever, it ain't no video, man. But that don't mean that it didn't happen, though. Something happened. Now, we've never heard about there was a fight or, there's never been a confirmation that there was a fight or nothing. Until Munchie B came out and said, nah, they got down on Wack. Now Wack is saying like, oh no, I didn't get knocked out or I didn't get beat. I did swing on somebody though.
Who'd you take off on?
I'll call Cuban Rob. I'm gonna let him tell you.
Okay.
Did I take off? No. You gotta let Cuban sit down. He's gonna tell the story. That way you can't say see, this is the problem. Street dudes, if they don't like you, by the time a story gets to them, they switch it up.
Okay, but Wack, at the same time, y'all done told about 3 different stories on that situation that happened outside of No Jumper. I ain't saying that they should get on here and tell the truth about what happened, but when you've been known to switch the story up in your favor for whatever reasons, trying to cover something up or however it go, you've been known to switch the story up several different times. So really, people aren't gonna believe nothing you say, bruh. Like,
okay,
now,
because this was your post about Munchie. You said the homies took your eyes from you. You got caught stealing out the spot, so you was gonna pay with your life, but God spared you. Your mama and grandmama went to the park and begged for your safety under police escort. Now you wander around and you want sympathy. Nah, little guy, you're an amnesty case. They just feel sorry for you. See you around.
Now here's the thing, right?
Wack dirty for that. To see you around, definitely. To see you around, definitely a shot at him being blind. The homies took your eyes out, and the eye emoji, man, it's crazy.
Demonic.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Let's just talk about it, right?
Sure.
Before we bring Cuban up. I'm not going to even mention it because I want him to, you're going to ask him the question and you're going to get a real natural reaction.
Okay.
So this dude right here, right? He's blind.
Right.
The Crips didn't take his eyesight. His homeboys did. Right? The politics about whoever he wasn't strong enough, or they didn't fear enough not to do that. Right? Alex Alonso, dude was a bum. Shout out to Alex, because since he's been up there with Alex, he got a little neater, his clothes a little better. Alex Alonso gives him a job, right? But you can't tell me you're king anything. And the homies are the ones that victimize you, not a rival gang. Yo set. Now, he know why he was in the hospital.
Well, all right, so for people who may not know or don't cover this type of stuff or just ain't never been in the streets, you're going to get into it with people from your neighborhood. I didn't got into it with people from my side of town so much over my entire life, and that's going back to when we was kids all the way to being grown. I got into it with more people, and most people do. You get into it or have disagreements with more people that you're around than people who you ain't around every day. You know what I mean? Like your ops. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, let's not act like this don't happen. It happens. Homies get into it with homies, and either, you know what I mean, he lucky he's still alive, because a lot of times they unalive, one of the homies get unalive. Same shit we seen happen with Nip. That don't make Munchie no less of a gangster because one of his own homies tried to take him out. Wack got homies that don't like him. I don't know if they'll try him like that, but you know, it is what it is.
Happens to a lot of people, right? Because it's the same thing with Nipsey, right?
No, listen. Same shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
But guess what? And I'm going to speak on it. Paperwork's live and direct, floating around. Here's the difference. You see them gun big you now?
No.
I can say what I want. That's the fear and the respect that his neighborhood has for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mixed together in a very balanced way. Right? He walks around everywhere. Paperwork there. Nobody does nothing to him over there. So what Munchie got to understand is like, I've been from my set longer you've been living.
Mm-hmm.
This real talk. You can't tell me you that when the respect you claim to have couldn't keep your own neighborhood from trying to turn your TV off.
And again, like I said, that could have happened to anybody. It just depends on what type of individual you dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to like take up for Munchie B, but I'm trying to give y'all a different perspective of this shit. Like, I feel like Wack is trying to point it in one way, and like it's just one way, and that's just not how it is. It's not a one-way street. You feel what I'm saying? So we don't even know the capacity of the dude who did this to him. We don't know what it was about or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like Munchie could have marked him out. I ain't saying that's what happened, but that could have been a possibility, and then he felt like he needed to come get some revenge. Because I done seen that happen as well, where some dudes punk somebody out, do something to him in public, embarrass him, and then he wasn't even a hitter like that. And he came back and put fire to him and knocked several people down that ain't here no more. So it happens.
And they got rid of the bub, right?
Who's the bub?
The bub. They got rid of the bub. The bub is what makes the image come on. It just a buzz goes on, right?
the
so
bulb.
he walks around,
Okay.
right? So they turned this TV off. Don't tell me you this and you that and you this and you that when you couldn't stop that from happening, right? You know that while you was laid in there and they thought you was gone, that your mother and grandmother went down there with half the choir to Darby Park or police escort and begged them people in a form of telling, because you kind of letting them know that that's who did it. Then he ended up doing it on the conversation with 600, that that's who did it, letting people know his homies did it to spare you. Now, I'm going to let Cuban come over here and you ask him the question. I ain't text him. I ain't had no time to say nothing to him. And you ask him that, come on, Q, we gonna ask you a question.
All right.
And you answer the question.
All right, before Cuban come in here and sit down, I just want to say this. They seen Munchie B's interview. Apparently, it was a conversation between him and Wack, and I'm talking about Adam and Wack. So this was prepared. He was prepared for this. So him having Cuban Rob come sit down and talk about this don't mean nothing to me. But let's just listen to what he gonna say.
Well, the reason why it never went anywhere is because we got to putting in, work. They got we got the thumping out there. Wack got off first. If anything, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas got to talking shit. Wack dropped one of them niggas, and we jumped into the fire. So once we started dropping and laying them niggas out all over the floor and shit, they started throwing chairs and all that weird shit. Nigga, that's why this shit never went nowhere.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because we was out there smashing them niggas. That's why.
How deep were y'all, and how deep were
It was about 4 of us. It was about 12 or 13, 15 of them niggas or some shit like that.
It was about 7 of them.
Well,
The other dude didn't get out.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about niggas that got out. It was about 5 or 6 of us. Yeah, every time. Wack got off first.
Who were these guys? Or you don't want to say?
Yeah, man, they know who they are. They know who they are.
Creep is pointing a picture of a gang.
Yeah, Wack got bracket right away. I ain't gonna lie.
This is who was responsible for it? Well, this is that night?
Yeah, that's what
This doesn't look...
All right, let's see. It is a whole lot of bloods up in this picture. Okay, the game is there. All right, so let me say this though about what we talking about right now. The messed up part about it is like we showing this picture, these people on here who ain't got nothing to do with nothing Wack is talking about. Even if they was involved, I mean, you might have some clout chasers amongst the crowd, but I'm pretty sure everybody in this picture didn't want to like be exposed as being a part of what took place that night that Draco passed, especially, which I doubt it, but you know what I mean? Like, it's, I ain't gonna say what I wanted to say right there, but this is a little much right here for me. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Look like you were a little deep. It looks like you're like 50 deep.
It was just a gang of people back there.
Oh, there's
It
a
was-
game. Yeah.
Yeah, Game was he was on show. He was
It was my
performing.
set,
Me.
Adam. It was my set.
Third right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like
Now,
7
don't get
of
me
us, and
wrong.
then it was versus them.
Adam.
Look at Wack's eyes. He looks like he's off a perk. Yo, you gotta send this to me. I need this image for the podcast.
Oh man, we'd have had so many altercations out there.
Oh, look,
you know what I'm
Wack's holding the
saying?
selfie stick. That's why the angle is so weird on this image. Okay.
Nah, he holding the rail to go up.
Oh,
Listen.
okay, right.
Listen, now
Maybe he didn't get knocked out, like put to sleep. You know, maybe there's a little extra on that, but something happened. Damn, like, all right, did nobody hit Wack the whole? I'm just saying, like, he ain't get hit the whole night.
Adam, listen, take it for granted. Listen,
A lot of red in here.
we was about 70, 80 deep,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh. And who
I
wanted
was-
to play with you?
I will say this.
Will you say who it was? No.
If Draco would have did what he's supposed to did, his nephew still be alive.
I gotta ask my audience: do y'all feel if Draco would have tapped in with Wack and went to the event with Wack and 100 people he was with, Blueface people, True Car people, Gangs people, Wack's people, they all together, you know what I mean? Do y'all feel like he would still be here on this earth? Or do y'all think it still would have went down the way that it went?
Jeez.
Right? We was like 100 deep. It'd have just been a head up. Fate would have been when it went that way. Right now, the situation the blind man talking about, quite natural. If he'd have been there, he wouldn't have been able to see it. I get off first. It wasn't nothing major because it was internal.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like it was a crew coming looking for me or looking for us. It was internal amongst our entourage,
Ah, okay.
right? It was just the homies, right?
Uh-huh.
They was mad that I didn't let them on stage when they wanted to get on. Don't work like that. Game called the dogs. When Game tell me, let the band on, the women on, the DJ, my security, Game security is not Bloods, it's Crips.
Why is that?
That's what it is. 88 Avalon's run point on Game security.
Okay.
That's a little too much information, but go ahead.
G Magic, that's a fact. Okay, so now here comes the confusion. Wack from Paru there doing his job, right? I let it in that order. So the minute I let the Crips on stage, guess who started tripping? Game's homies. Blood, hold on. Hey, homie, hold on, bro. Business going on.
Mm-hmm.
Blood, nigga, this whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, look, homie, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Business going on. Okay, next, y'all go up. Oh, blood, look, soon as I get done, we're going to address it. I get everybody up, get everybody on there. I go to the front, get Game his mic. Soon as New Jersey Devil turned on that shit, because the stage had kind of turned that way, I came right behind. Now, Blood, what's that you talking about? And fired. Broke Blood shit on Paru. Blood, no.
Damn. So he done busted up one of Game's homeboys at Game's concert because he let the Avalon Crips security get on stage before he let the Pyrus.
Broke his shit. Fired. There was some G homies with us too. Big Duck from Fruittown Paru, Lil John, all of them was with us. Right? And we thumping. Right? We ain't start throwing chairs and planters and shit. We throwing fists. So I'm trying to figure out, I hope Munchie didn't put that on his set. Because there's some G homies that was there. But this dude's hatred for a man he's never saw is so great. I don't know why.
At one point in time, see, Wack is playing the innocent role in this Munchie B situation. So they kind of had some words about some stuff, disagreements on Clubhouse one time. After that, the peanut butter story broke. It's been some shit, but it really just been behind the scenes and on the internet, which is how I like it. Keep it on the internet.
Right? He's a vessel. We don't pay you no attention.
He definitely despises you. I got this other post.
He
he
ain't
posted
never
earlier.
seen me in his life. He mad about me because the motherfucking neighborhood Crips knock him out, hit him with the broomstick, and packed it with peanut butter. Nigga, go over there and put your work in. What you mad at me for? I didn't do it. I wasn't in the cell with you. What are you mad about? Hit my little Don Julio R&B left me. I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying?
I can't find the thing he posted about you, but something
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like,
Wack don't even drink, y'all.
I know he got a nervous product. You ever notice it? He holds a cup
yeah.
that he never drinks from.
It's an ad for his podcast.
He never drinks from it. No,
got the logo on it.
He got to hold something. This hand goes crazy. See, my thing about it with dude is you never could do it better than me because I've been doing this longer than you've been living and your TV been turned off for quite some time. I done survived more yards, more gun battles, more squabbles, real squabbles in a real generation where it wasn't in style to be no blood. You understand what
More than he's saying he done did more of that than Munchie. I really don't know. All I know is a lot of people like from rival hoods as well as people that just knew Munchie said that before Munchie got hit up and he went blind, they said he was a force to reckon with. I'm not talking about fighting. You know what I mean? They said he was with that toiletry.
I'm one of the hardest rules to do it. I'm going to tell you why. We ain't talking about who had more fights or more knockouts or who killed more mother or who did more time. Let's talk about somebody from the age of 12 come up in the gutter from the valley doing time in the same institutions that everybody else doing time in. And right now in the day, not restricted to a part. I've been home 26 years. I'm legal. One child graduated from college. One child on her third year in college. None of my children are gang members. Nobody's tiny or infant Wack that come from me, right? I done been around the world 7 times. I do international business. I'm not on drugs, not a dope fiend. I can walk, talk, see. Let's talk about it. Top dog, another one of the coldest bloods to do it.
All right, so on that note, okay, Wack do got the accolades. Wack has been successful at whatever whichever way he handles and conducts business, it's working for him. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's working for him. So we gotta give him that, right? But what he's talking about is grown man things. You feel what I'm saying? And like what he's talking about has nothing to do with being a pyro or a gang member as far as like what he's done in business. Basically, Wack is good for actually manipulating the conversation and putting it in a playing field where he's gonna win. If y'all ever notice, Wack has never admitted to a loss, doing nothing wrong, being a kind of like, you know what, I messed up on that. I've never, ever heard Wack admit that he was wrong about anything. And I ain't saying he got to.
Just because you restricted to a podcast in your hood every day. I'm sorry, bro. That's a hamster life. My homeboys, right there. I put them people, I don't just take them to the local clubs or the No Jumper. They didn't touch London, Dubai, Russia, Germany, Thailand, everywhere I move. So you know why? So they can see it and know what it is, right? To grow. All y'all that's out there thinking being in the hood every day, 1 million tattoos on your face, fucking the hood rat homegirls, and that's what it is. Hey, bro, I'm here to tell you, that's not what it is.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. So with that being said, Wack and Munchie B, this blood rivalry that they got going on, man, is gonna continue. At the end of the day, Munchie don't respect Wack. Wack don't respect Munchie. I mean, and it's evident when you get to talking about each other's kids, each other's wives. Well, you know, one person talking about your wife, you talking about their mama and their daddy. You making references to them being blind as if somebody cut the TV off. It ain't gonna never be peaceful.
He won't stop. You up there with the police. Alex Alonzo, he gets up there. This dude need to go to jail. This dude need to go to jail. Did you see this? He had this. He had that. And you sitting there, Mr. Blood, on that platform. I would never sit here with you, Adam, if you go to talking about that dude had a gun and that dude over there and let me stop, let me circle. He need to go. This is a charge.
crazy.
When y'all gonna pick him up?
But all right, so
He's sitting there.
So
Right.
I didn't hear Alex Alonso say all that, but what I can say is though Alex Alonso did try to file some false copyright claim on me a few years back. He's definitely a buster.
It was crazy because the weirdo got Munchie B and Spotted logo on there, and they said, yeah. Do you think Wack and Loose could deal with the county? They've never been to the county. Wack went to the pen from YA. No, I didn't. I went to prison from Central Juvenile Hall. Right? You know what happens when you get out the penitentiary on parole, you catch a violation? Where they send you, Cuban?
So
right?
you went to the county
I'd have
what
been
in
the
the
county,
90s, though, right?
Supermax, Max, LA County, you name it, right? But let me tell you the funny part. I bet Spotted Low can't tell you about now prison yard, and he ain't did a day in the county jail.
Really?
This the funny. Spotted has never did any time. I bet Spotted Low can't tell you about now prison yard, and he ain't did a day in the county jail. No prison, no county jail. I bet you can't show me where that man was incarcerated 72 hours in there.
I can't.
No.
Hey, hold on. I need Spider to clarify that though. Like, it really don't matter though. Like, to me, it don't, because just like this is the hypocrisy of this. What he's saying about Spider though. He just said they'd try to discredit Game because Game's never been locked up, because Game ain't never walked no yards. But now he doing the same thing to Spider Loke though.
No, this is the funny part. This is the funny part when I'm listening to the bozo talk. Luce did 13, 14 months in the county and was in there on the level 3 or 4 with a Pee Wee from 40 Crip. All of them said, Wack, I was on the yard with the nigga. 3, 4 years, whatever he did, right? So we didn't did our thing. And listen, chill, kids, we ain't glorifying it. We did it because we got caught. We was dumb enough to get caught, right? We got to stop celebrating motherfuckers that did 20 years since he got caught.
If we're going to stop glorifying people for going to jail, you know, you did your time, you ain't telling nobody or whatever, we're going to stop glorifying people for that. Then why are we talking about who didn't go to jail then, or who ain't did no time on the yard? We done with this for the day, man. A lot of contradiction, a lot of hypocrisy, but it's good. It's all good content, man. So that's my reaction to it. Wack is very, very good at creating his own narrative, being the author of his own narrative. If you maybe that one, but get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this reaction video. Y'all already know what it is. Ruler Gang.